be seated. Okay. Wow, this is Jemima Magazine, and I am so glad to have here Honorable Mrs. Helen, House of Representatives contestants. She's here to honor us as House of Representative contestants 2019 electoral campaign year, and also we have Mrs. a beautiful lady that has come to honor us. She's here to honor us. Madam Grace, as we love to call her.
Good afternoon, I'm nice having us here.
Good afternoon. It's a conversation, and we are here to have a conversation just between the ladies. Did you hear? We are about to vote in the next president. So Buhari is going. I love you, praise for a beautiful, will I say, democratic years since 2019 going to 2023. So it's been beautiful, successive. President is going in peace. That's what we believe. And so the next president is coming. Now, the next president is coming. We have diverse people coming, but we are here to talk about AICG, Amalgamation Independence Campaign Group. And for Amalgamation Independence Campaign Group, one of the 4 campaign group for Peter Obi, the major, who has been working with him for quite some time, their slogan is for Hayo and for President Obi. Please join me now for Hayo and for President Obi. Yes, for President Obi. Yeah, 2023. Hashtag AICG. Hashtag Hayo Rules. Hashtag Labour Party.
Labour Party.
I got rules.
Yeah.
I'm sure we got that. Can we do it again? For Hayo and for President Peter Obi 2023. Hashtag AICG. Hashtag Labour Party. Hashtag Hayo Rules. It's a virtual show, please, live, unedited. So this is me, Chinwe Iboda, the ICDDG, and by the grace of Hadwa Hagadesh Son himself, YHWH, I am anchoring this show as Jemima Magazine editor-in-chief. So, what are we doing here with the women for Hayo and for President Obi? Why? Madam Ekane.
Yes, madam.
Let's talk about it. Who is Hayo of the universe to a layman? That's the person who doesn't know.
Hayo to the layman is the son of the Most High. Is the one that came. He died. He left his pride in heaven. He came down. He died. He was resurrected. And when he was resurrected, the Most High gave him that name, Hayo. That is why that's the authentic name that we are calling him. That's why we are calling him that authentic name now. Hayo YHWH.
And always follow me do that. So Hayo YHWH is the Most High. Madam Grace is the Most High. Is the Most High. And as the Most High, He is one. Hayo, the ruler of the entire universe, and Hayo YHWH, the Son. So that's for the layman who don't know, for the mention of YHWH, every knee shall bow of things in heaven, of things on earth, of things beneath the earth, and every tongue confess that YHWH is Ayo indeed. So let's see. The next one, sorry. You know, this is a live show. For Ayo and President. So why are we not saying for God and for President? For God and for President to be? Because that is what the man on the street is going to ask you. Why not for God and for President to be? God is English word. You want to take them back? Anyone?
Yeah, let me take it. I want
Okay,
to take it.
go ahead.
Okay. We are not using for God because God is anything that thinks that is everywhere, is omnipotent, is powerful. God is not what we are using. We are using Ayo because that is his authentic name.
Thank you. God is someone, like she said, someone that they, that any spirit
Can assume
the title God. Why? They say they can they spell it with small g. But the Englishman says God is a spirit.
From the tomb.
Yeah, from the tomb. A burial mound.
A burial mound.
And then they now said when Christianity came in, they now just gave him capital G. And he said, wow, I'm not abandoning a spirit from, I'm not worshiping a spirit from the burial mound, whether you put capital letters or
small
names.
letters.
And then, and we also say, because they say you like babes, make sacrifices. Okay, sacrifices we offer to the Most High. Sacrifices are offered to the libate or pork. Libate to the ground. So it's still the burial mound. Because burial mound, you bury something, you bury someone, you know.
Not accepted.
You pour. What are you pouring? So we take, I know the universe has a name. That's the author and definition of it. He has a name, and I'm sure you agree with me. Don't you, Madam Grace?
Yeah,
She has a name. So not she, normally this he. He has a name. Elohai. Please tell me. Elohai. Haruach Elohai. Haruach Elohim. Haruach Elohim. I mean, he has a name, so we don't need to go and start borrowing. Haruach means life.
Life. Breath of life.
You can imagine that. So for Haruach and for President Obi, that's life. Our country has life. That is it. So we have another one. Compulsory. Please, can we take on this? Why would a woman want to vote in this country? Why should she? Because I don't know for you, but for me, I'm a woman, I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I'm a CEO of organizations that is race, I want security. Don't you think so? I want to lie down and sleep. I want to invest 5 kobo and at least make 7 kobo. Make 10 kobo. Make 10 naira as time goes on. So what do you think? What's your, that's for me, for you. I have many reasons, but let's talk.
For me, as a woman, why we want it will be all the women in Nigeria as a whole, we want it will be because we can see what is going on in the country. Insecurity everywhere, killings everywhere. You cannot lie down in your home and sleep, and you are sure that you wake up the following morning. The bandits, Boko Haram, insecurity everywhere. They can just get into the house, bring out the husband, slaughter him, and it's the woman that will bear the cross. The children will bear the cross. So we are tired. As a woman, cost of living, we cannot comprehend it again. Look at now, the bakers are going on strike. They are going on strike because the cost of diesel, everything is high. And they cannot meet up again. It will be somebody that has a listening ear.
Thank you.
He has that listening ear, and as a woman, we need him to come and rescue us from where we have found ourselves.
And you know that road, sorry to cut you, you know that bread they used to sell 100 naira that time?
Agege bread.
Agege bread.
Oh.
150 to 100.
What is 150 to
200 naira?
300, 400.
That's
Now
not
the good bread you can eat now is 900.
So, okay, that's small bread. Okay,
That's small one, 300.
300
now.
300. And it's very, very light.
Flour is 330,000.
It's 30,000 naira.
Oh, 30,000 naira a bag.
Yes.
Wow.
After that, on education, our children, they are going into school. Some cannot even go to school because they cannot afford this fees. If you want to go to a good school now, you know how much your parents will cough out, and it's not supposed to be so. I can remember when I was going to school as a little girl, then in secondary school, when Chat-1 was my governor, the governor of Lagos State. It was free education everywhere. Everybody was going to school. Even if your parents don't have money, you must be educated. Because he was giving out books free. It was giving chairs, tables, everything was, even building. I can still remember the three-story building that Governor Chat-1 built in our school, Methodist Girls School.
Okay.
Back then.
You know, come to think of it, as an educationist too, I'm sorry, I've noticed that Nigerians also do not want to hear. There's a word YHWH said. He said something like that. He said something about not putting a new wine in an old wine skin. New wine should be put in a new wine skin. There are ways Obi can make education cheap.
Yes.
If not, well, as an educationist, you have to pay teachers, so we may not have to keep that high fee. Because in our school, YHWH school, we have things like that. Please, if your child cannot go to school that day, or your child cannot take the physical school, stay home. Stay home. Those days, that is what used to do. What does your child do at home? Your child can actually stay home with this. I've seen it. The other day I went to an online store. I saw where they're selling educational tab. Nigerians hearing. Is Dr. Peter Obi hearing? Educational tab. You know, they are quite cheap.
Very, very.
By organizations. Xenox even tried. I saw educational tab for 27,000. Meaning, the organization is trying to say literacy is possible. So, go to school. I don't have to pay that part. And I want to give education for my child. So you should please speak to Dr. Peter Obi to look into this. Okay, attach yourself to a school. YHWH school, for instance. I'm sorry, I have to do that. And then when you go there, we ask, you want to be in physical school, this is what we can afford. This is what we ask you to pay. If you're paying that, you know that we are paying teachers who will teach. So if you say I cannot afford, then we bring it down for you. Do you have this? The child connects. That's what they are doing abroad. Do not argue country. LMS, Learning Management System. School should have it. We have that in our school. Your child goes there. Your child goes in, is given login details. Can do all the subjects. You don't need to hire lesson teacher again because it's virtual school. That's what they were using during Corona period. #EndSARS. Student in school. My own children school from the house.
To add to what you just said, things like that are happening now, like you lesson. They are doing it now. Your child can be anywhere and is educated.
Very educated.
But how many people, you said 27,000, how many parents can afford that? That is what we are talking about.
Okay, so
How many
government should
look into it.
Supplying tabs.
Tabs for the schools.
Tabs
yes.
for the schools.
Tabs, laptops, they are doing it, but it's not enough.
So
those are for private schools. For the public schools, we need them to do more. And we believe that when Obi comes in, he will do it.
And how many teachers are trained? Sorry.
How many teachers are trained?
To teach in web.
Thank you.
Because when they hire teachers,
don't know it.
Some don't know how to teach in webs. In web school. A teacher must know how to get a video. Get a video lesson. Sorry?
Feel free.
A teacher must know how to get a video lesson. Do a video. You're taking biology. You're taking a preschool. All those things are there. We get it. We fix it. And then, what's the topic of the lesson? Skeletal system in biology. Your child does not need to. You as a parent do not need to go and hire teachers because that's what parents are going through. Lesson. Your child can go back then, rewind the listen. Log in during test period. Go through test. Log in, and then the teacher will be questioned by the student.
Yes.
It's competitive.
That's why it's lesson.
That's why it's lesson.
Yes.
It's not just lesson. It's school.
It's school.
Professional school, but it is competitive.
It's for learning.
Yeah, highly competitive because if you go and define skeletal system in a way that is not agreed universally, your child goes to another teacher online and see, a teacher can be embarrassed, meaning teachers must be well educated.
Yes.
He said, I don't understand what you're teaching. This is what doctors so say. So now, how does that affect educational fee? Is it possible? So during this person's era,
Jack Conde, yes.
So now, some school charges high, 250. The other day I met a parent. My school, my children's school, I was actually trying to talk to her about, you can actually stop the school once and let your child be in school. I don't even, that's being online school. She said they charge the same thing. I told her the fees are, she said, in my children's school, I'm paying 600,000 naira per child. Yeah, not too far. This lady asks, I'm paying 600,000 naira when my child goes to school and even when he's at home. Now that is not right. I'm sorry. So how can President Peter Obi come in via high law and make sure that school do not abuse? Because I understand why you may take a bit high. You have to pay for cleaners.
Yes.
You have to pay nurses, doctors to stand by should a child fall
sick.
You have to pay for electricity.
You have to pay for all their non-academic staffs.
So, but here online is cheaper.
Yes.
You don't pay that high because you don't need electricity cleaner to clean the web school. So the fee can go. But if the president to be does not actually get involved in the educational sector, like that woman said, and I want to think she's right because she said it to me in shopping mall. Said, if the president was my intern, because that woman spoke to me in a shopping mall, and in a shopping mall she said, openly, your other shoppers will say, they collect 600 in the physical school and online. So I don't know, parents who have issues, you say you enroll your child for physical school, and then you want to keep, or you enroll your child for online school, and the next thing you give your child for physical, and the school will not want to be cheated because they must clean. So I don't know if that is a problem with the school. It's a big time school, I don't want to mention name, not the big time schools around there. And they are known for charging high fees. There are schools in Lekki that charges 600, 1 million, 2 million, 3 million. Though some of these schools include boarding students. So I think the president will have to look into that via the Ministry of Education. We believe her work had the resource to help us speak to him, and we want to also believe that he will align himself there. So as a mother, or as mothers, as women, we have children wanting to do trades. We would like that, because school to feeds. They feed children. If you take your child to a physical school, your child will have to be fed by the school. So those are things that must not be overlooked. Why are you charging high? You don't want to pay 600,000 like they do, or 100,000, then keep your child at home, feed your child. It's a same education.
But how many Nigerian parents will understand this?
That is the same education.
Yes.
I remember that time.
Most Nigerian parents will not understand that it's the same. But thank God that most of them are coming up now. Most of them will want their children to be in the physical school, and they cannot afford it.
That's why we said, you cannot put a new wine
in an
old wine skin. You have to know that it's the same school. It is for them to get somebody to guard their child. Harwah means the life. It's the one that will let them see that this is abundance like this offered us. Because in a physical school, they'll insist the child should pay for books. Yes, the child will pay for books. Let me say, I don't want to run down schools, but if you go through school, education that you picked, you have many reasons why you want to be there as you know. But if you take education, for instance, in a web school, your child may or may not need textbooks. In a web school, you will have books that are updated on a regular basis. In a web school, your child may have certain things free, and it's a duty of the teacher to do. And then they compare notes. For instance, a child can go through. I have a student in my school who said, I don't understand what a maths teacher is talking about. I said, what? He said, I don't understand what a maths teacher is saying. My own personal maths teacher says, so what are you going to look for? They actually go to look for, what are you teaching me? Geometry. My teacher started. They are quite intelligent, very intelligent. Because they compare notes. They don't depend on Mr. Ogundayo's, for instance, lesson alone on geometry. You're teaching me, I don't understand. Speak on geometry.
And that one we give them.
Yes. So you
what
see,
they want, what they really want. Very intelligent.
Very intelligent. That is what a physical school cannot offer you. Because a physical school will charge you high and depend only on what Mr. Bundayo teaches. And then you now see a global scheme of study. Those days, there was nothing like listening comprehension. Listening comprehension means you must go through your comprehension in school. In English lesson, the teacher will give you an audio listen, and then they ask you to summarize. Are we doing that here very well?
That's all.
So those are the things. And then you have, when you finish all that payment, 1 million naira a term, 1 million naira per session. Your child goes to England. He said he's not educated. He's not educated.
Because the standard of education is
It's
very
poor. So online you have virtual school, you have
Yeah.
a universal scheme. What do you want? An American school will bring you this
Bring
is
it
it,
out.
comprehension. I want audio comprehension. I want this. In our school we even have advertisements. What we're trying to say, we know many schools are gradually going into that. That's what many schools are doing. But are they keeping it up? Because I know that time of hashtag answers, Lagos State government actually said, please return to the where? To the internet. But after that, they now started, Nigerians started watching. I said, do you know what is going on?
And it was really helping the
It
students
was
then.
helping the students. But do you know what I understood? What happened when web school started? You're paying millions of naira, thousands, hundreds of thousands. Your child cannot. There's a student. The child, after writing exams during the corona break, academic break, and corona break generally, they say submit, the child couldn't attach the paper. So I'm like, you didn't teach the child to submit, to attach. What kind of thing? I said, what is this? Principal, you mean a child in the school cannot attach scripts? What are you teaching?
Wasted efforts.
So the child goes to England today, and they said, the teacher said, after that you
Attach and submit.
So how do they do attachment? You send them attachment on essay, the exam goes to school. Please. So we have a lot to do
So
there.
painful.
We have a lot to do there. And the president has to come in. Internet offers you. I'm not saying if a parent can afford physical school, it's not compulsory. You go to the physical school. You pay what they say, please, because this is what I have to do. I have to give lunch. I need security, I have to pay. I have to pay for a receptionist.
Teachers,
I have
you
to
have to
pay
pay.
the teachers. So that means the bill is
And
going
the
to
school needs maintenance.
the school
It
needs
costs
maintenance.
money.
I have to pay for that AC.
The
So
lights,
the school
everything.
Yeah. So the president
Even
will
the
take
visuals.
this. Yes. The president, incoming president will take this into consideration. I said, okay, Mr. Chukwuka said, I don't want you to stay home because I may not have somebody to monitor me, which is actually cheaper. So you want him in school? Okay, come. He will be able to afford what they will pay. Like a poor man also can afford to send his child to a good school. That same school that is charging 100,000 naira or whatever they say they charge 600 and all that. A poor man can also say, go to that school. Please give me my bill online. That is somebody who may not have as much as that Mr. Chukwuka. So the child can still get a good education. Somebody once said to a former dictator's son, I read it in the movie, I said, you can speak this kind of English, write this kind of English because the parents pay highly. But that is what Harvard Education has made possible in Nigeria. Your child, a child of a poor person can do that. So if Harvard Education himself, who is Harvard Education himself, speak to Peter, he doesn't need to speak whichever way. He has a way he will communicate or move Peter, Dr. Peter B. Get his phone. Get educational tab. They seem cheaper than phone. Tickets. And then you now have, Microsoft. They charge now. All those things are ready. But Nigerians are dying with high fees. Who is to blame? Well, that's a topic for another day. We are talking about why should I vote for you?
As a woman.
And
Because it all boils down to us. And Dr. Peter Obi is ready to do it.
It's ready to do
It's
it.
ready because he's already researching on it. Like that video that we watched, he went abroad to all these computer schools, and they were showing him, well, if you do this, you get this. He will take it to the country, and our people will improve. We really need good education. And the worst thing is, another one is employment. When they go into these schools and come back, there's nothing to do.
There's no work. There's no work. So he has to make the place.
He's doing that also.
Security.
Yes, security is doing that also.
He has to provide security, make it. The country has to be in the atmospheres, the kind of atmosphere that will enable investors
To come in. He's
in.
working on that.
And investors
Because we are following him back to back. We are seeing what he's doing. We are seeing it. And another thing, sorry, because he has to go into agriculture. When he goes into agriculture, employment will be generated. And our children, even when they are going to school, they can still go and learn how to do agriculture, how to do other things, so that once they are out of school, they are employed, they have things to do. Not sitting down waiting for the government to employ them.
During President Goodluck Jonathan's era, there was this grant that was given to people.
Yes, I can remember. No way.
And it encouraged agriculture. But that brings us also to the problem of insecurity, because it's a farmers are killed.
Farmers are being killed. That's what we are. Insecurity.
He
has a lot to do.
Dr. Obi-2023 talked about
He has a lot to do. Yeah. Jetofe, what are they calling that plant? Because normal. If a